Hi, this is Franklin Lautert, and this video is intended as a guide to play the game of Atlantida and the ukata.de website. You still need to read the rules, but seeing this video should make this task a bit easier. I'll start by giving an overview of the game and its objective. This is supposed to be the island of Atlantis, composed by different regions represented by hexagons. This is supposed to be the European continent and the Hades. Well, each player controls a faction of the peoples that live in Atlantis, and at some point they learn that the whole island will sink, and if they don't manage to send the people to the continent, they all die and go to the Hades. So the objective is to be the first to send all your population to the continent. If no player gets to do it till the island collapses, the player who saved more efficiently to let less people die will be the winner. Game starts. That's the screen you get. You see this rectangle here, which is actually your city, and it actually lies in this region here. So in this red rectangle here, this is like the zoom of this rectangle, and these 5 units are your first 5 units for the game. There are 2 types of units: population markers, the round units, and the square unit is the leader. The leader is actually the only unit that can take the initiative to move around the island, but your population markers can move around the city and can be led by the leader to go to the other hexes. I'll start to play an actual game. So when I start, what I see is this instruction here: hover over your units and select which ones to deploy. Actually, I just have one leader, so that's the guy I need to move. I have the option here to remain on site or go somewhere else, moving either alone or with 1 to 4 pop markers, which is all I have now. What I'm gonna do, I will move with all pop markers to the Great Theater. This way it's hard for anyone else to attack me if they want to spot for them, and I can move all units back to my city in the first turn. You're gonna see that. I'll just click on finish move and wait for my opponent to play. Now it is my turn again. Let's see what I have. First of all, it's good to take a look of what my opponent did. So I can come in this icon with a foot and see what he did. It says move leader from home city to Temple of Poseidon with 1 pop markers. Here it is. And then he defined the start and play, which is a power allowed by the Temple of Poseidon. Since I can still have like the compass here, he defined myself as the first player to move, which is normally wiser to do. Here is his city, so he has 3 units, and I could see my city here or here as well. It's the same. Okay. So the instructions I have now is move units in the city to desired buildings and confirm. Actually, the units in the Great Theater can go anytime from the city if I dominate the Great Theater. So I'll move all of them except the leader and put them in the housing building. Each unit in this housing building can build one of the buildings available. Let's see which When I click here, it tells me the only thing I produce is 1 gold from the Great Theater because I occupy it. So I will now, from the buildings here, the most important at the beginning is the farms. I will take one and then place wherever I want. Now I still have 3 buildings to do. Let's take one more farm and place it here. Now I'll go for the quarry. The quarry is free as well as the farm, and it gives you 1 stone. So now I have enough stone to build an agora, which gives me 1 gold per turn and allows me to raise new leaders. Let's take one. I can place it horizontally or vertically. I'll go horizontally, and now it says hover over the housing building and define how many pop markers should be created. Okay, it gives me the option of creating just 1 pop mark, either 0 or 1. If I come here and see my food, I see that I'm producing 4 food from empty spaces and 2 from farms. Gives me a total of 6. I have 4 units, so I have 2 food in excess, and I can raise 1 unit per food in excess. So I'll go just for 1 unit. So just to show you the empty spaces, these spaces are considered empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divided by 2 gives me 4 food from empty spaces plus 2 from the farms. I'll just finish move and wait for my opponent to play. Okay, my opponent has played, and I'll just take a look at how his situation is. I could look here in this food icon and see each step he has done, but maybe it's better just to take a look at his city. I can see what he has built. We see 2 farms, 1 in Zion, and he has increased his population by 2. We see he has 6 now, while I have 5 pop markers in the island. Okay, we can also see if he has developed some advance. No, he hasn't. We can see the buildings we all have now. We just can see their description and which one each of us has. Okay, so let me do my move. I will maybe I'll take his spot in the Temple of Poseidon. Let's say that I really want to move last. I will move some of my population markers, let's say, why not all of them, to here, because I can move them back later. And then I will take my leader and take 2 to battle him for the Temple of Poseidon. I have 2 options here in the Temple of Poseidon, which are invade main side and their surroundings. In the surroundings, it would be worthless to me. In the temple side, you have to go to the main side to really take some advantage. Okay, now I have another decision to make. I can see that he has a base strength of 2, my opponent. I have 3, but he can spend some of his military equipment to increase it. He can go up to 4 because he has 1 population marker here, so his maximum strength is 4. I'm gonna spend 2, so I'm sure that I will win. If he retreats, I will lose one of this military equipment because we lose half of the resources we employ, but this way I have a guaranteed victory. So I just confirm, finish my move, and wait for him to play.